Wait lang. And yeah, we're live. Hello. I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
how many. Okay, so we're back after like 2 weeks because my internet decided to quit. But it's fine now, so we're back.
Those are the worst two
So
weeks to be gone.
yeah,
What a
yeah.
horrible 2 weeks to not
All of
reveal.
like we can't go into those shows right now, but those shows were great.
Oh my god.
I
Oh my
mean,
god.
at least we had time to like appreciate it without having to rush the stream after.
We missed the death of Pac, bro. Like we
Oh,
missed his
you
he is currently deceased. That's why he wasn't
until
here this
next
week.
week.
Yeah. Yeah, he's deceased until next week. He has to come out and fight some Mexican guy who's also deceased, by the way. Let's not forget.
Anyway, now we're gonna get into today's show, October 16th edition of Dynamite. Our headline topic is, of course, an upset victory by Las Superanas for the AAA Tag Team Championships. So,
um,
I think, Ikaw, your thoughts first on this.
I mean, do they really like frogs? That's the only explanation I can think of. Like these two, like when they were in other places, they never really got the chance to be frogs. And so today they got their chance to be frogs because otherwise I do not see the point of them like just have them as mystery tag team. Like just have them as a mystery tag team. It's fine that way. And then and we can speculate regardless. So like I don't know what the point was. This opens up a lot of cool possibilities. So like yeah, but like just have them as FTR from the start. It's fine. Like
I mean, I had the same idea. It's like, to be fair, it was spoiled by some random Facebook post since I watched it late. So I knew who it was, and it made even less sense.
like
So, and
why?
like, the match wasn't, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's FTR versus Lucha Bros. You're never gonna have a bad match, but it was definitely one of their less spectacular matches.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really like eye popping. But like I think I mentioned this earlier. Like the reason why I think this is a headline topic is because now the AAA Tag Team Championships are on FTR. And now we're going to get FTR on AAA. I don't currently have any idea how to watch AAA in the
Yeah.
Philippines. But I'm going to look for it. And I'm going to, at the very least, I'm going to watch out for news about FTR defending these championships in AAA.
This is how I'm going to find out about these guys because like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know much about AAA at all. Like
Yeah.
except
I
that
mean, me too.
that's where the Lucha Bros are from. But like
Yes.
maybe like it's gonna be such a big stylistic clash because like
Mhm.
AAA is full of flippy shit, and
Mhm.
like these people don't like flippy shit. So
Yeah.
there's gonna be so many fun matches, bro. Like
Yeah. I'm
yes,
expecting good things out of this. Also, like, FTR doesn't really have a lot of experience, I think, fighting pure luchadors. They fought the Young Bucks, who have like a mix of like styles with
yeah.
some lucha mixed in, but like they haven't actually been there to like
They
fight
hinted it
some
as
of the
well.
top tier.
Yeah, they hinted
Hmm?
it as well because they
Yeah,
asked like, is this triple A rules? Is this triple A rules? And
yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah,
not sure what triple A rules are because like that would like them trying to unmask each other would have been an instant DQ, but they didn't know that.
yeah. I
So
mean,
like,
also, how are they gonna work with like the tag? Because like in AAA, you don't need to physically tag. Like you just roll
oh,
out your opponent. Yeah, yeah, that's lucha rules.
okay.
So like
Yeah,
yeah,
to be honest, I just want to see Tully Blanchard in Mexico.
we're gonna be looking forward to that. Hopefully we can find a way to watch AAA, but I don't know. We don't have
Yeah.
money. So we're just gonna watch for the new. We're gonna watch the news on it. So yeah, very
I
interesting.
before we went live, I asked about the cost of Full Gear, and my initial reaction was, "Well, guess I'm not watching Full Gear."
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah. So yeah, the match wasn't great. I mean, it was good. Mm.
Not great.
good,
It
fine.
was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, it's a Dynamite match. To
Yeah.
be fair, like we weren't. I think it would be unfair for us to expect pay-per-view quality every week.
This is already so much better. Like this is already so much better than I have any right to expect. So like,
Yeah.
it's
So
good, and I have good faith that it's leading somewhere.
yeah, hopefully it does lead somewhere. I mean, hopefully it's
Yeah.
not an immediate rematch, or at the very least, like let's hope something happens in between.
Yeah. And
So yeah,
we have to mention the segment afterwards, or like is that coming up?
we'll do that after we run through the entire
Okay, it's
show
separate.
in
Okay,
order.
it's separate. Okay, okay.
Cause wait lang, let me check my notes, like what actually came after. Anyway, so for the chronological order of the matches, like first we went right into a match. Malachi Black versus Dante Martin. This was
This
nice. Like
this
I
was really good.
expected this to be short. I expect Malachi Black matches to be like really short. So when it's
Yeah,
not short, it's actually kind of fun.
like you forgot. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He can go. Right, of
He,
course.
yeah, and, like Dante Martin as usual, very good at high flying, and now he has Leo Rush, so he's probably gonna learn a lot. Like
Dante
not on
Martin,
screen.
he was good at high flying while also selling that he was not as good as high flying as he wanted to be right now.
Ah yeah,
That's
yeah, his
talent.
leg.
That's talent. Amazing.
Like everything where he just landed on his leg, like he actually so like I forgot what the specific spot was, but like Black had him up for something and then just dropped him standing,
Yeah,
and then he
it was
just
like
hobbled.
that was a. Oh wait, no, it's from a different match because they did the same move in a different match. But like like something like an atomic drop, but for the legs. Like you just lift someone up and then drop
Ah
them
yeah,
hard
yeah,
with their
that
feet.
was like
Yeah,
a knee breaker. Yeah,
yeah, knee breaker, and then he transitioned into like a back body drop
yeah.
of
So
some kind.
this is like another great thing was like it's still part of Dante's selling. Like when like near the end, he went for a springboard move and he actually just used one leg.
Yeah,
And
and he
you
made
wouldn't
contact, but it wasn't good contact. But he
like
still made good
yeah like
contact.
you wouldn't even have noticed like looking at it that it was off one leg because he still went really high. It looked like a
Be-
normal springboard.
yeah, because he is simply good.
Yeah, he's
He
so
is
good.
simply very good.
Like of course Malachi Black, great in the ring. Like he's like what I would expect if somebody had an MMA gimmick. Because like he strikes, he uses grappling.
His finisher is
It's
the
like
best strike in the whole industry.
yeah, and like you even just his stance, like he looks like an actual cage fighter.
Yeah, like
This is what I also.
you remember how like I have to mention because like he's my guy, he's my favorite of all time.
Ah,
You remember how like before like at the start of every match, the Undertaker would have a stance. Black
yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah,
the Black is like the Undertaker if he had the stance and actually the background
yeah, yeah.
of
Like
that to back up that stance.
this was like older generation Taker when they would like hype up his striking ability and like he would actually have his hands up.
Yeah, he had his hands up
Yeah,
like really, and like he'd roll his shoulders with his
yeah,
punches.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
yeah, and like Black has that. Like of course we're not saying Black is the Undertaker. I mean that's way beyond the.
yeah,
But like Malachi Black has the background to like actually move in a believable way. Na okay, yeah, he's an actual fighter.
yeah. And like
This
as
is
much
like
as I like the Undertaker, I like, and he has a really good big boot, but Black has the Black Mass. So
yeah, that kick is great. Like
yeah,
the only complaint I have like near the finish, I don't understand why his gut hurt.
I feel like okay, so it's either shoot like something bad actually
Yeah,
happened, or it's real and this is going somewhere. They're gonna start breaking him down in time for Cody to be able to beat him, but still, but people still kind of don't like Cody. You could tell from the
yeah.
reaction.
I don't want Cody to win. Like that to be a bias, like
So like,
straight
what's
up
going on
biased.
here? Like, we don't know what's going on yet.
I don't know. Fair. again, the match was great. It didn't ruin the finish. Like the finish was still okay.
Yeah. And
And
like,
yeah,
can I just mention before we end, Malachi Black's entrance music like is probably my favorite because it's so funny. There are no lyrics. I cannot tell the lyrics. There probably are
it's
lyrics, but
it's.
it's just screaming.
I feel
It's
like it's
just
no. I feel it's Dutch. It's not English. I
it
feel like
can't
it's
be
Dutch.
English. Like, you know how like Adam Cole's is great, like Omega's
Yeah.
is great, Jungle Boy's is fantastic, but
I think we're
this is amazing.
I think we're just too used to like English theme music,
I mean, if
which
it's
is what.
English, I still can't tell because it's just being
Yeah,
screamed at me while the lights are blinking on and off. His entrance is great.
yeah.
Like, his entrance is really
Like
great.
yeah, the presentation is like top
Yeah.
notch.
Do you think he uses
Okay.
the same skull every week,
I think
or does he
yeah,
does
it's
he
not.
just kill a he just kills a fresh deer? He just black masses a fresh deer every time they show up at a new location.
I mean, if I mean there are no deer in Florida, I think.
They
So
should have come out in the gator.
yeah. Oops, wait, we have a run in.
Yeah.
Stay here.
He's running
Stay
interference.
here. Stay here.
Oh.
Anyway, next up we had this is like the start of like multiple backstage attacks. I don't know if you noticed, there were
Yeah.
like three.
There were three, and two of them didn't finish.
Yeah. So anyway, this wasn't much of an interview. Like I was supposed to write interview for this banner, but it really didn't become an interview. But it was an attack. It was an ambush. So
Yeah.
Jungle Boy was like talking. He was starting to like mock the botch from last week's show, where like they failed to do a power bomb,
Yeah.
and then he just got kicked in the face.
Yeah, and then like they said, "Oh, so we botched it last week, okay?"
We'll
And then
do it
they
on the
just did it.
table.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it on a table, and the table is not on canvas or padding or anything. This is literal floor. So your fall will
Like
be broken, but only slightly.
I hope they turn this into an angle. Like they
Yeah,
turn
because
this
it
botch
looks
into.
like it. Well, you'll see later. Like we'll see from a match later that they're not. Jungle Boy isn't done with them.
Yeah.
Like
Like
Jungle Boy isn't done with them.
the thing I can compare to no, like I mean the actual botch itself like becomes a spot. Because like I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube. Like there's this compilation of AJ Styles when he was on like an indie tour. Like he was there for a few days. And on the first day he botched the springboard. And they made it a storyline where each day he was more scared to do a springboard because he kept messing it up. And
That's
he
hilarious.
actually, and like on the last day of his tour, that's when he actually does a springboard move and doesn't hurt himself.
Sad because he has the forearm thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
he
must have
was
been hard.
going. He was going for the forearm, and then he slipped on the first day,
Oh.
and then on the consecutive days after, like he just slipped on purpose.
I might forget this later, but like from the match that like their assailants were in later on in the show,
Ah, yeah,
this might actually be a spot. Like I don't know. Like it wasn't an exact analog, but I'll mention it later when we get to it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, poor Luchasaurus man. He's cool
Yeah.
though. I like him.
Next up, we had Dan Lambert versus Inner Circle. I mean, in a promo. And I told you this before. I think like people who've seen more than one episode of our reviews know that I don't like Dan Lambert. I don't
Mhm.
hate the guy. I hate his segments. I like
Yeah,
him now.
when
I
he's
have
not
turned
preaching to acquire, when he's just
yeah,
when he has a target,
yeah.
he's
I
good.
have turned a corner. I like Dan Lambert segments now. Cause
There's a
again, yeah, as you mentioned, like his rants are directed towards someone. Like before his rants were directed towards a company, but like this is one of those few occasions where I would unironically say just quit and move to a different company because like technically he can,
yeah, but like
like he
now,
has
like
the power. Yeah,
yeah, but now you
now
shouldn't
he's
leave because like
yeah,
your target is here. You have to
yeah, he
beat them up.
doesn't have he doesn't have go away heat now because like he's
Yeah,
actually feuding with someone.
yeah, and like
Like I
now
don't
he's like
know.
get beaten up. He, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see him get punched now. Like in
The best,
storyline, not in real life.
the thing, like there, I feel like there are two things that like there are two small things that help Dan Lambert cut his promos. One, he's never gonna get cheered, which means he doesn't ever have to stop for a crowd reaction. So he just
Yeah.
goes rapid fire on and on and on. He just like he insults like five people. He insulted like every member of the inner circle within 15 seconds without a
And
breath, and
he
yeah,
insulted
he just kept
Florida.
going on. Yeah, he kept insulting all of Florida because he felt like he was owed something, which is
I
the
mean,
best kind of hate.
to be fair, Florida's not that hard to insult.
Yeah, I mean, like like
It,
in 5 years there will be no Florida. There will just be more
oh no,
Atlantic Ocean. the,
oh no.
the second thing, it's really small, but like I don't know why it helps. But he tilts his head to the side all the
He does
time.
this.
He does this, and he also does this while he has the mic on, and it just makes him so much easier to boo. And I feel like he knows that. I feel like he does it on purpose because
I
like
mean,
there was a segment like I think there was like on the there was like a pre-tape segment where like they were like pre-rampage, I think, where they were hyping up like the trios match, and he was still doing it. He didn't have a mic, but he was still doing this, and he still was doing this, and it was really great because like I realized then and there like, oh my god, that's really annoying.
I think he's had experience with. I know he was on Impact before, like long before.
Oh, that makes sense.
So he
He
has
looks like such an impact guy. He looks like
he
such an
has
impact
experience
guy.
being a heel.
Yeah, like yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I can imagine
So
him
like
on the
he
promo
actually.
against Jay Lethal or something.
But like another thing about this is like you mentioned this to me when we were chatting about Rampage yesterday. Like Junior Dos Santos looks like he's having so much fun, and like not just
He's
him.
smiling so much.
Like everyone in American Top Team like looks like they legitimately have fun.
Paige Van Zandt loves every second. Like she
Yeah,
loves like she feels like she was born to heal it up. Like
yeah.
it's amazing.
Like they don't feel awkward. Like they don't feel like oh they're trying to make us hate them. They're like when they come out, they're like, man, I hate these guys. But
Yeah,
like storyline hate.
and they're having so much like of course like you have Sky and Paige, like they know the game,
Yeah,
they know how to do this.
yeah,
But like even these guys like they like you know that they're like Sky and Paige, you know that on some level they're acting. Like they're pretending that it
yeah,
doesn't get to them. It probably doesn't get to them, but like they probably also wouldn't be like smiling and slapping their asses all the time. But like
yeah,
Masvidal and Dos Santos and Arlovsky, these guys just look like they're having a great time.
yeah.
Like
They're having
there
a
was this
great time
moment on
being bad.
Rampage. Yeah, there was this moment on Rampage. Like I'll only touch on this briefly, but like Dos Santos was setting up for a power slam on Chris Jericho,
I was
and
just like
because
so proud.
yeah, because he's just a massive guy, he could walk around, and then he just pointed, like he legit pointed at Chris Jericho, like, oh my god, look, it's former world champion Chris Jericho. Yeah. Oh my god, this is
So
beautiful.
so yeah, so this is leading to a 5-on-5. I don't know what type of 5-on-5. You were asking for Stadium Stampede. I would be happy with like a normal 5-on-5.
Yeah, like I now that I think about it, like how they gonna put they're gonna debut like two additional MMA guys because like Dos Santos is already there. Like sure maybe
Yeah,
Masvidal's gonna be one, and then
I'm sure
maybe
Masvidal is going to be there.
yeah, and then maybe that Austin guy is gonna be the other one. You can't debut
Yeah,
them in a cinematic match.
I
Like
mean they
that might
can.
not be. They could, but
No,
like
like thinking about
it,
it now, like there's a better chance of them like hiding the MMA guys in a cinematic match in terms of like being
oh
new.
yeah. Okay, that does make sense. That makes sense.
But I think since like they're actual fighters, like they can be taught a few bumps. They can do some stuff
Yeah, like
in an
Masvidal.
actual normal.
I'm pretty sure Masvidal's still active. Like, isn't he champion
Yeah,
again?
he is. No.
He's
He
not
got
champion.
slept. He got
Oh yeah,
slept
he got
in
slapped by
his last match.
Khabib. Wait,
No,
was it
no,
Khabib? No.
Kamaru Usman.
Oh, Kamaru Us.
It,
Okay, that's a guy that I kept getting confused with Adesanya because they're both
yeah,
really good.
yeah. Usman just like knocked him out, but we don't talk about that.
Because he need Chris Jericho and it's fine. It's
Yeah,
all good. It's
we're
all good.
instead we'll talk about him knocking out Ben Askren.
Yeah, in the same way that he knocked out Chris Jericho two
Yeah,
times.
twice. Yeah, twice.
Yeah, and Scorpio Sky picked up the win twice.
Yep. And next, we have Leo Rush backstage with Dante Martin, and now they're gonna be an official tag team.
This is cool. Like, to be fair, like when Leo Rush was elsewhere, I didn't get to see much of him. Like, I know I probably should have watched a few of his matches because I know he was in good stuff with like Angel Garza, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
like those guys, but I never saw it. And apparently, they've been holding on to Leo Rush for like a few months now. So like,
yeah,
and now and like this is his first thing. So I thought, okay, he's gonna be a crypto guy, but he's also going to be. It's gonna be cool because he's a high flying heel. What's that?
yeah.
Like, what does that look like?
Like
What
we're
does that
not
look
used
like?
to that. We're not used. I
Yeah,
mean, maybe like the Young Bucks, but like he's a different type. Like he's more like Ricochet.
yeah. Like, can you imagine heel Ricochet?
Yeah.
Can
It's like
Ricochet ever be
again,
bad? Maybe we'll know if we see Leo Rush.
I didn't expect him to be tag teaming with Dante. Like, cause like again, like looking back on his career in WWE, cause like that's where I saw him most. I actually liked him as a manager there. Like when he was teaming with Lashley, like even just as a
Oh, he was with
manager,
Lashley.
yeah, he did great
Oh,
work. He did great work as like a manager for Lashley. So
he's
like I
doing
was
great work here.
expecting, yeah. So like I was expecting, okay, maybe they're gonna go off that and just have him manage Dante Martin. But like, okay, I mean, if he's gonna wrestle, that's fine with me too. Like, I'm not gonna say no to seeing Leo rush in the ring again.
Yeah, like I just don't know what like how does like another thing is how does Seidel feature into this because like you remember previously he told Leo
Yeah,
Rush that let me prove myself to you by like, getting a match against CM Punk and of course he took the L and it's like a spiral got kicked out of but like you know it's fine it's CM Punk so
hmm
what's that gonna do now and then how is that going to figure into when their regular tag team partners return I mean Seidel and Martin so, like, and then now I'm just thinking, like, my mind's going wild. There's gonna be five of them. It could be a stable of high flyers. I don't
wait,
know. Like,
I
what's Leo Rush do? I don't know what Leo Rush is doing
I
here.
don't
But
know. Like, what I'm interested in as well is like Darius Martin. Like, where does he come into here? And like, I just looked up on Twitter. He just tweeted a picture of Leo Rush.
without
I
any
don't
caption.
know. Yeah, no, it's just there. And I
Okay.
don't know if like he has another picture here of himself. I don't know if this is recent. I mean, hopefully it is because he looks fine. Like he's looking good.
I don't even know how long he's been out for.
He's been out for a long time because like
Yeah,
it was a knee
it is a long
injury.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a knee
Oh,
injury
he's
and
been
like
out since Revolution. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
no,
Oh, it's
it was a
ACL.
bad
Okay, yeah.
knee.
Okay, yeah. ACL. Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't like make him slower. And I mean, if it does, I hopefully he can like make up a new style. It's like I would be fine just to see him back.
Yeah. The thing is, as well, Dante doesn't look like he's happy right now.
Yeah, he looks
Like,
like the commentary like said it. Like he looked confused. Like
no, like he
when
made
he
his entrance. He made his entrance against Malachi Black, and from then
yeah
on, he always looked like he was constipated or some shit. And then like he took the L, he got knocked out, and then in the backstage promo, he still looked uneasy. Like, of
yeah
course, he
because like
wouldn't be
he
smiling after a win, but like these, I think this could be something.
yeah
Like,
because
it could
like
be
I
like
think what
the
they're
remaking
what
of Dante Martin.
what they're going for is like he's also not too sure about Theo Rush at the moment. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Let's see where this goes. So after that, we had the short MJF
Yeah,
Andrade
yeah.
interaction. This
What
was
was
like
this?
they
What was
didn't
this?
need they didn't need to do this actually, but this was fun. I mean, first off, like Tony Schiavone, like he's great. Like he's just really mad. Like Why did you do this? You cheated the championship. Like, he's an actual human being, being an interviewer.
He's the
Like, he was
straightest of like
actually,
he's no, not straight man as in like sexual orientation. I mean like in a comedy duo, he's like the straightest of straight men.
yeah,
Like
like,
he's just like
no, and like, I mean, I guess like I understand like why other companies have their interviewers be like they don't express as much because like they want to show na oh this is journalism, they're unbiased. But again, this is a wrestling show.
yeah.
Like if you're like there are parts that you really need to ham it up, and this is one of those things. Because like they cheated, so like obviously any sane human being would be like, "Hey, that was wrong. Why did you do that?" And like
He's
Tony
just
Schiavone was
really,
great.
really angry. He's
Yeah,
just really
and then MJF just like comes in.
and he it hit the segment is like it's just white.
Yeah, he's just like doing bad Spanish. He's asking for dinero. He's like un momento. I was like when he again, I think we talked about this earlier. When he asked for money, I wasn't sure in which way. Like, was he asking about himself paying Andrade, or was Andrade
Yeah,
supposed to
like
pay him?
yeah,
And then
was
he
and
got
then and
paid.
Andrade paid him. So like, is this trafficking of FTR? Like, what's going on?
I mean, technically, services were rendered, and I think
Yeah,
FTR consented, so this isn't trafficking.
and like they
Like,
got the belt. So
yeah, this was weird, but it was fun. It was a fun, like, tiny backstage interaction.
oh my god, I don't even know if MJF's a character. Like, I for a long like my first exposure to MJF like, was like his thing was that I'm not sure even he knows if he's a character or not. And now like I want to say like, oh, he's really good at acting, but like, is he acting or is he just really really white? Is he just really really white?
Did you see his parents in like last week's show? I mean, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
And like even they think he sucks.
Yeah, they had a sign like we also hate MJF.
Oh my god.
And then okay, so next up we had a squash match. Like this is rare. We don't usually have like short. This went. I don't know if you can see it on the ticker. It's like okay, it's
It's
right here.
47 seconds.
Yeah, it didn't go for 1 minute.
Like not even dark matches go this short. So like
Yeah,
what
like Moxley.
what's happening? Like that's a question that I think we have to ask. What's happening here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure myself, but like, okay, like a bit of a spoiler for because like they revealed the championship eliminator brackets at the end. Moxley and Orange are in the same side of the bracket, so
Yeah.
I think most likely that's where it's going to.
Yeah, because last time we saw Moxley, he was the last person to lose to Hangman at
Yeah, like he
Casino
was the
Ladder
last guy to
match.
fall.
Yeah, and Orange was also there. So they were
Yeah,
the first two out. Wait, no, were they?
no. I mean,
No, Pac and Orange were the
no,
first two out.
yeah, Pac got knocked out. Matt Hardy knocked himself out along with
Yeah.
Orange.
Andrade was there, I guess. He took a few bumps and he
Oh
like
yeah,
died.
Andrade fell. No, Andrade fell first. Like, he was the guy. He fell onto a ladder and died.
Oh right, he fell onto a ladder and died. Then
Yeah,
Archer got a buckshot. So like everyone who was
yeah,
there except for Matt is back in here. So like
yeah,
you have some ready-made storylines at least.
yeah. So I think that's where it's going to, like Mox versus Orange, because like Mox is fighting 10 from Dark Order. I don't think he's advancing,
Yeah.
and Orange is fighting. Who's Orange fighting? Uh, I don't remember, but I think Orange is gonna win his side. So it's going to be Mox versus Orange most likely.
The other thing
So
is what's
yeah,
going on with Wheeler Yuta? I thought he was like isn't hasn't his training been complete? Like what's going on there?
no, he's the best friend's jobber.
Oh. Oh, but he has nice pants. I like him.
Whoa, Orange is fighting Powerhouse Hobbs. He's fighting your boy. He's
He's my
fighting your
boy.
boy.
My boy Will, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun match.
Oh my god, best friends v Team Taz. Are we gonna see it? Nice people versus attractive people? Like,
Okay, so next up we had again the second backstage brawl.
like
I put here interview because like at least Serena Deeb got a few sentences out
yeah.
before the
Like she
brawling
got
happened.
yeah, and then like she actually got to say like she was going to drag the women's division up, which is like great, please do that. We'll see why
Yeah,
later.
because like her match from last week was great. Like I haven't seen her much to be fair,
Yeah.
but like it was nice. It was like slow technical style, but it wasn't really boring. So yeah, I want to see more Serena Deeb, and of
Yeah.
course, Hikaru Shida came in for the second brawl of the night backstage.
She's mad. She's mad though.
Yeah, she wants that trophy. I mean,
She really wants that trophy.
to be fair, she was very happy last week until
Yeah,
she
and like, she
lost.
thought she was like,
And
I'm gonna take my 50th win, and everyone's gonna oh, like
no,
who's gonna
she
tell her that
lost.
her next win is still gonna be her 50th win?
No, yeah, but yeah, we talked about this earlier. I don't think she's mad about losing the match. I think
Yeah,
she
she's
was
just mad
more.
that she got attacked. Yeah.
Yeah, she was mad that she got hit in the head. That trophy looked hard.
Yeah, I mean, like that probably going to cut you. Like, so like she
Yeah,
wasn't
I mean,
heavier, so
thankfully
yeah,
it didn't.
yeah.
Like, thankfully it didn't cut her. Like,
And
okay,
one more thing,
next.
one more
Okay.
thing before we leave, like we haven't mentioned at all that CM Punk was on commentary, and for one
Ah,
thing,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
good. For one thing, that's good because if you don't notice who a commentator is, that means the commentators do a good job. But, but you said that Serena had a nice head of hair.
I,
Yeah,
I had to think
yeah,
about that for like a few seconds. I was like, what? Why is he
yeah,
complimenting her hair? And then I was like, oh, all right.
yeah.
I
And like
remember she was bald.
yeah, and now you
And
realize that
she,
they're all together again.
like,
All of them,
like,
they're all here.
the pieces in my head were like, oh yeah, she was bald at one point. Oh yeah, it was his fault that she was bald.
Oh yeah. And I was a kid back then, so I really thought that he plucked an audience member out of it. I didn't know what plans were
Yeah,
yet. So,
that was a
oh my
nice
god,
like small shout out there to like old days.
dude! All three of them are here. Like,
Yeah, the
can we
entire.
please? Can we have
I mean,
them?
hopefully
Can we have them beat the Gun Club? I know that like you wouldn't allow Serena to be on their team, but like, please, can we have
they're
them beat the
not.
Gun Club?
They're
Yeah.
not. Anyway, next we had the Super Click versus Dark Order.
Oh my god, this was so much fun. This was
Yeah,
the
this
best.
was like this is I've heard before about AEW. Like what they usually say is there's at least one match that feels like a party. This was that match.
Oh my
'Cause, like,
god.
I didn't know where this was going to end up. Like I was scared. Like, are they going to pin Adam Cole? Like, or
Oh
like I was making justifications in my head. Like, no, Adam Cole can't get pinned, so they'll probably pin the Young Bucks. Because I
yeah.
didn't want Dark Order to lose. Like I was legitimately invested in them to win.
Yeah, because they had like their whole finisher sequence thing, and that's like really,
Yeah.
really great because like I saw it through to completion like once on Dark, I think, and it's really like it's like one of the best things, like period, one of the best things. Plus, like winning the Dark Order winning would have kind of make sense because Hangman's back, and this is
Yeah.
against the people that Hangman doesn't like, so like it would have made so much sense. And John Silver is God's gift to this planet. So like,
John Silver is just great.
I feel like my entire life has been leading up to Jim Ross, hearing Jim Ross say Johnny Hungy.
Johnny Hongi. The shots were like stiff. And like Alex Reynolds, like he's like he doesn't get talked about enough. Like he was in there with Adam Cole for like a few seconds, and like
Yeah.
he didn't feel like, oh, why is this guy in the ring? No, he felt like he actually belonged in there with
Yeah, I
Adam
mean,
Cole.
he took the finish. Of course, he took the
Yeah,
finish, but
yeah,
he more than held his own. He was
yeah,
he was taking people out on the outside. It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, and like their like his sequence with like Silver is like every time I see it, it's just so good.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yes, yes. And of course Uno finishing it off like with something
Yeah,
evil. It something evil is like
yeah,
one of the few finishers, one of the few like non-strike, non-submission finishers. I have no doubt that thing can end the match.
like in terms of like STO finishes, like that something evil and Baron Corbin, end of
Yeah.
days, those two look great. Like most of the time, STOs really don't look good because like oh they're just falling back. But like end of days and something evil, like those two moves look actually devastating.
Yeah.
Like
Amazing.
shout out to
Like
Baron Corbin. Like we don't like him that much, but he is great.
yeah, he's depressed right now. Maybe he'll like hearing this.
No, he's happy
Maybe.
now.
Oh right. Oh okay. Okay. He's happy now.
Anyway, I think another good note about this because like they mentioned it on commentary that Dark Order were trying to play the numbers game near the end, and then
Yeah.
I think it was CM Punk who brought this up. You try to play the Elites game, you're not going to win,
Yeah. That's what he
and
said.
yeah,
Like right after the finish.
yeah, because like they've been doing this for the longest time. So
Like
yeah,
you know the
I
finish. You know the spots. You know the super kick,
yeah,
sunrise. You know the trigger last shot.
like
The boom,
after
the boom.
like after the match, like just hearing that on commentary, like even when I wanted Dark Order to win, I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense. This finish doesn't really suck that much. Like I was just really invested in Dark Order. That's why I felt bad.
Yeah, I guess this is what the Dark Order can be like when they're united again. Like they're just
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
really likable team. I can't believe they
yeah.
were heels. Like wow.
I mean, yeah, it worked. Like back then, like it actually worked, uh, even as heels.
Yeah, but then like
Oh,
I guess yeah okay.
next up is like another favorite thing.
What's
Co-
this?
it's Cody.
Oh,
This is like okay. I'm starting to like Cody now again because like I didn't hate Cody. I was like more like getting bored. Like it was John Cena heat, I think,
yeah,
because
and
like
like self-important big entrances at like he was getting like Wrestle Kingdom entrances into
yeah, yeah,
Rampage.
yeah.
Like
Even if he wasn't like main eventing, he was getting like he was getting overexposed. I think is the proper
yeah,
term.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, here we have Cody and Arn Anderson in the factory, and like basically everyone was just like talking shit about Cody. They were like smacking him around,
He got
putting
slapped
him in.
twice.
Yeah, he got slapped twice. He was put in a drill. Another like I don't know if you know this. Like I don't know if you've heard about this because like Cody did an interview after the Malachi Black match where he said he was not going heel because he
Oh,
doesn't want he doesn't want an impression because like he has a young child and I understand that he's a dad. He doesn't
oh,
want an impression of like oh your dad's a bad guy. But then they put it here in this vignette. Arn Anderson was like, I know you're thinking about the kids, but do
oh,
you think
that's what.
any kid? Yeah,
Oh,
he showed him a picture of Dusty beating him up, and he was like, "Do you think any of the kids were booing your dad because he was beating me up? No, because I deserved it." And like,
oh.
I I don't know if he's gonna actually turn. This gives me actual hope
I
that he's
thought
gonna turn heel.
I thought he was gonna turn against the family, but it turns out it seems like the whole family is turning.
Yeah, they're gonna pull him into the dark side, hopefully. Because
Oh
like,
my god. Okay.
when I heard the interview, I was like, oh no, he's not gonna turn. They're gonna continue pushing him as a face, and people are gonna turn against him. But now, I'm not so sure.
But like you
Like,
would think that like that's intentional, no? Because like he knows that people who follow AEW will more than likely have heard of the interview. So like that's
yeah,
probably that the interview is probably AEW canon.
I don't know. Like, no, but like this was when I heard the interview when I didn't know about this vignette. Like when I heard
Oh
that
yeah.
interview, I was sad. Like, oh no, he's not gonna turn heel ever. No, I want him to turn heel. And then we get like this one line. Like, do you think any of the kids were booing? Like, Arn Anderson's trying to justify Cody being evil. This
Like
was great.
right before Lee Johnson just took him from behind for some reason.
Yeah. No, no, I mean, he hit him with an
Yeah,
elbow.
he elbowed. Yeah,
Yeah. So
maybe
hopefully,
that means he's coming around.
yeah, hopefully we get like at least like even a mean streak. Like tweener Cody would be
Yeah, yeah,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, because to be fair, like Malachi Black isn't exactly super face either. So
Yeah.
like it's
I
fine. It's
mean,
fine.
oh, one. I think he is he turning face because like one thing we forgot to mention about like the Dante versus Malachi match. Like after the match when Malachi was walking up the ramp, like he
He looked
nodded.
and nodded. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a face move. So maybe, hopefully, that's plus
Okay.
points on like Cody turning heel. Hopefully,
Maybe.
yeah.
Wait, but then
So
the next match is by next week, right? Will he have been broken by then, or
no,
is
no.
he
I
going to
mean,
break there? We don't
yeah.
know.
Hopefully he loses. Hopefully he loses.
And then he snaps.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna like put that in my head too much because like I'm willing to see where this goes.
One last thing on the segment.
Yeah.
Brock Anderson has a really funny voice. That's it. That's
Ah,
all I have to
yeah.
say.
I wasn't looking when he was like when he it was his turn to speak. I think I was looking somewhere else aside from the screen. I was like, wait a minute, who spoke? It had to be Brock.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's funny because like in the scene, like they pulled up the door, but then the door was like one of those big metal doors,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
when it was pulled up, they were all standing in front of the door. So like I don't know how long they were like written to be waiting for Cody with their arms folded in front
I
of this
mean,
random door.
I mean to be fair, they said he was late, so they were waiting for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but like that, like, it just look funny. I don't know, it just look funny.
Anyway, next up, MJF promo, where he
Mid.
buried he buried Florida again. Not hard, but this is MJF, so he made it sound better than it usually is.
Mid.
And and then he like the better part, like of course we all like to laugh at Florida, but like the better half of this promo was like, oh, Darby Allen got attacked last week.
Oh
It was like
no! Oh
he was like, did
no!
you know about this, Shivani? It was like Tony Schiavone is answering him
Like,
like,
I
of
am one
course
of
I do.
you.
It was like, and he got and like there was a good observation from Punk, like of course there's no match, he doesn't have Wardlow with him.
Oh,
Like he asked
of
Wardlow to
course.
bring out a ref and count to 10, and then Sting came out.
Oh well, the thing is, before we get this thing, the one thing that I didn't like about this MJF promo was that he went after Justin Roberts, and Justin Roberts is precious, and you never go after Justin
uh,
Roberts. That should be an
okay,
immediate heel move if you go after Justin Roberts.
I
It
mean,
got Brian Danielson fired 11
uh,
years ago. So
I mean, yeah. To be fair, like insulting him isn't the same as like choking him with a tie.
yeah, but like still, like I love him now. Like
Yeah,
he's my favorite
he
heel
had a great
thing.
suit. His suit was nice.
He had a great suit. Like yeah. I just love. Don't go don't come after Justin Roberts because if you do, Sting comes after you.
Yeah. So yeah, Sting comes out before 10. I don't know. I don't know why the ref stopped counting. That wasn't Darby Allen, or was he like confused? Like, oh my god, Darby Allen grew.
I think it's because the lights went out and he was like, "Oh God!" Like I think you would. I think you would stop counting too.
I mean, he was one number away. I would have counted. Anyway, Sting
MJF
went
was
in with
still
a
there. He was
bat.
still threatening him. Yeah.
Yeah, like, he threw Wardlow into Sting.
Yeah, and he just pieced. And then he
Yeah,
took off his clothes and then he thought, okay, I'm gonna take Sting right now. Then he decided against it.
yeah. Like one small thing that I liked about this, because like usually when this happens, like Sting had his bat, right?
Yep.
So like, of course, if Sting kept holding the bat and MJF like left, usually like people would be like, wait, why is MJF the heel? Like, of course he was smart. He didn't go in with the guy with the bat. But like they actually highlighted that, oh, Sting
He dropped the
actually
bat.
let go of the bat. Yeah, he
Come
dropped
on,
the
go.
bat. And MJF still wouldn't go inside. So
So
yeah,
okay, yeah, he's the heel. Yeah, he's the heel.
they made a big show of like MJF being a coward. So I like this.
Yeah, by the way, Wardlow v MGF is going to be more emotional than Page v Omega. Mark my
Yeah,
words.
dude. Like when this implodes, like I don't think it's going to happen yet. Like even after this.
I think we have, like we said, mentioned before, that we don't want to compare too much, but like I just can't help but bring it up. This is gonna be Miss Dowdon, right?
This is ah mm, maybe.
Well, Wardlow has to get super over first, but like he kills people on Dark regularly, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think they're gonna start ramping this up. Like we're gonna notice when it's about to happen.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we'll get Darby v MJF at Full Gear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I
And
think
something's gonna happen there.
I think the one argument I said like why this isn't happening yet is like it doesn't feel like it has a place in the card.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, the card,
there's a
the
lot.
card already here, like it already felt like they had too many matches.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
And also like this like MJF versus Wardlow feels like it should be a top bill match. And like right now, the main event is a bit
yeah.
crowded.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
like the title isn't the title is still a huge thing. Like
yeah.
it's not
But I
yet
mean
at the
there's
stage
like
where you can justify running it after the title.
yeah. So okay. Oh, this is the third backstage brawl.
And the third
And
attack.
and again, I didn't write interview because I don't think Anna J got more than like 5 words before Britt Baker came in.
I don't even remember what she was getting interviewed about.
I don't know, she was being interviewed about like Dark Order losing.
Yeah, so like immediately, like they don't do this. Like why? Like Nick Jackson took the L against Brian Danielson a couple of weeks ago. They didn't just like bring out Map to like say, "Yo, your man's took an L. What do you have to say?" It was a bit weird to start with, but like okay, like
No.
we needed some kind of
So
setup.
yeah, so we're gonna. This was basically set up for like Anna J versus Britt Baker for the championship next week. Rampage.
This could be the making of Anna Jay. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah. I mean, she's already pretty over. But I have to be fair, she was gone for a while. So I guess this is like remaking Anna J, if
Yeah.
anything.
Like,
Okay.
excuse me, they're not losers. Like, okay, great one, Anna Jay.
Like
Oh,
her
by the way,
promos need her
they
promos need
got
work.
interrupted again. They didn't even get to finish again. Like
Yeah.
the brawl didn't even finish. Like, come on.
Yeah. Okay, up next, Penelope Ford versus Kiera Hogan. Okay.
Yeah. Ah.
Hmm.
Ah.
This was a like in terms of in-ring work, this wasn't
This was
bad. Like
this was a
it
match.
was slow.
This was a match.
Yeah. It
Well,
only
to be fair,
started
like
like
there's your point that you have that these people
uh,
aren't actually slow.
no. Like the pace like was actually pretty
Oh
slow
yeah.
at the start. And it kind of started getting exciting like after the commercial break, like after the superplex. Like people started getting into it. I think part of
Yeah.
why we didn't like this match so much was like the crowd was also tired.
Yeah, the crowd was like kind of like deading it. Like there were like a few people who were like trying to start
Yeah.
chants of like "Let's go Hogan,"
Yeah.
and no one was cheering for Ford because like she is a
She's a
she's known
she's a heel.
because she punched in Ruby Soho's face. So,
Yeah.
but like the chat never got going. So yeah,
Yeah.
people were
I
pretty
think
dead.
I think it was a lot of things that really didn't help this match out. And okay, I'm gonna go into that thing I was gonna talk about. One of the things like I think AEW needs to change is the ring size because it looks too big. People look really slow when they run, and it
Yeah,
doesn't help. Like
yeah.
if they shrink it by a few inches, like everything would look
They
more
shrink it
dynamic.
by one step. Like
Yeah,
one step.
even just one step. Like okay, like they do this in boxing. Like inches of the ring they argue about that in their contracts. So
Yeah,
like
because it's
even
important. Like you, and since you're arguing that like there's some shoot fight elements
yeah,
to
so like even if
AEW,
you
it makes
say
sense. Yeah.
yeah, so like, because like people might think, oh, like we're trying to like let it shrink by 2 inches. Let's say that's not going to be enough. No, that's going to make a lot of noticeable difference.
Yeah.
But okay, aside from the ring, like that's not the only problem here. This is like an evidence of AEW's women's roster not being that highlighted as much and not being strong as a result.
Yeah. People feel directionless right now.
Yeah,
Like
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 we don't blame the wrestlers in the ring. Like they're not the ones booking the match.
they're not booking themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if this was like UFC, like we can say, oh, they don't fight exciting enough. But like this is booked. Like this is a scripted match.
Yeah.
Like
So like
hopefully,
the
I
championship's
mean,
going to the championship's going to help. Like I
I
hope.
mean, yeah. Hopefully the TBS championship changes this, so like we can have more storylines. Because like if there's more prizes to fight for, I mean, if as long as it's not oversaturated with championships and there's like more than one championship to fight for,
Yeah.
people have this opportunity to go out there and actually have meaningful fights. Because like, this wasn't carried by like we say that okay, there's a win loss record, so like this means something, and it does. It does. Like they were hyping it up. Like if Kira Hogan won, maybe she could get into the tournament. But like this needs
Yeah.
more. This needs
She would
more.
have been. She was on 2-3. No, like she wasn't having a good record. Like up to
Yeah,
that
she
point.
didn't. Yeah, like the women's division needs a lot of boosting because like their roster for the women's division is like they're very young and like they're not really like experience wise. Like most of these people are new. They're
Yeah.
not like established stars yet, so they need to be established.
Yeah. They need that. They need. And the only way you can do that is with constant exposure. So
Yeah,
like
constant exposure, give them actual storylines to do so that there's meaningful exposure and meaningful interactions.
you know what?
So yeah,
I think maybe Anna Jay and Britt Baker can main event. Like the next, next is it Rampage they're on?
yeah. I think you can. Yeah,
They definitely can, and like that's going to win a lot of people over if they do well. So I hope
I
they
mean,
do.
yeah. Hopefully, like yeah, that and the TBS Championship tournament.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that turns the tide for the women's division because like I'm genuinely interested in like seeing these new talents like become superstars.
Oh yeah, and additionally, like people are allowed to have major story developments on Dark. Like
Yeah,
it's
no, but
fine. Like we can allow this to happen. Like it's okay. This
yeah,
is AEW canon.
but my thing is like let's not keep it in dark. Like hopefully we could also have it on TV.
No, I was saying like yeah, but I was also saying like for example like Moxley v Utah that could have just
Yeah,
been on
yeah,
Dark.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some other like for example like you could have promos on Dark. Like why not to make more space on the main show so that you can put more women there because
Yeah.
like a lot of the men aren't doing shit. So
Yeah.
like yeah, like
I
why not
mean,
move people to Dark? Like more than likely some people will at least be aware of what happened on Dark as well as Elevation. So like
yeah.
yeah, why not?
It's a win-win, I guess, either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we see improvements in the coming weeks. Like I don't expect it to be immediately great next week, but hopefully it changes. So up next, this one,
Oh yeah.
Miro,
Oh yeah.
the Miro vignette. He's like, he's talking to his god and he's like, "Oh, you gave me a body of granite and a neck of sand. Do you think this is funny?"
Did
It's
he
like,
write this? I hope he wrote this. Like I'm
I
pretty sure he
don't know
did,
who
right?
wrote it. Dude's great with words. Like even just like unscripted stuff. Like
He's incredible.
if you've seen him with the New Day on their like YouTube channel, like he's good. He's actually really charismatic and funny.
Oh my
So
god,
I
he's
don't doubt he wrote this. But like yeah, he's basically sad that like, oh, why have you forsaken me? It's like
yeah.
he's mad at his god, but the way he's gonna go about it is by killing other people.
Yeah, by so like basically one neck is confirmed. Like Miro does
Yeah.
indeed have neck.
Yeah.
So
No, no, no.
then
It's
that's
not
a
a. I don't think it's a real injury. Like it's just a
no, but like
weakness. Cause like
it's a yeah, it's his weakness. Like his weakness is
yeah,
neck.
it's
His
a
weakness is
confirmed
that
weakness. Cause like
he has neck.
cause otherwise he'd be like this invincible guy. Cause like
Yeah,
that's what he's been built up to be.
yeah.
So ayun. I don't know which way he's gonna go. 'Cause, like I don't think he's gonna go for the TNT championship.
Yeah,
There's
like
been
Sammy's occupied right now.
yeah, like ever since Cody, like nobody's really rematched for the TNT championship.
Mm.
Like the only reason why Cody lost it, I got it back from Brody was like he was sick.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna rematch. I don't think Miro's going back after it. Maybe he might go after the world championship.
And isn't that going to be a big test for like imagine Hangman's first match? He's just an angry man who loves his
Yeah.
wife.
Like yeah, like he's gonna be even more dangerous now. Cause like he has something to fight for.
Oh my god! Oh my
My
god!
god.
Can't wait to see
Okay.
Miro is amazing.
Like downward spiral Miro.
It's Miro's just that meme. It's like I have a question for God.
Okay. Oh yeah. Anyway, next up. Oh, Hangman Adam Page interview. And
Oh,
this was
oh,
nice.
this was
This
really nice.
hurts. This hurts in the heart.
And now
It's
this is
like
going to hurt even more if he lose. He can't lose now. Not after
no,
that.
no, we'll talk about that later. He
No, like
basically he basically
yeah.
recapped his entire stay in AEW. Like he
Oh,
declared he was gonna be champion day one. He lost against Jericho. He lost against Pac. He lost the
I like.
tag team championships.
I hadn't heard a promo from him up until this point, and I didn't realize how effective insecurity could be. Like
Like
you can hear he's just like, well, I
yeah, this wasn't like I've heard him before speak. Like this wasn't his usual promo, but you could feel like it was actually genuine.
yeah, like my guy. Like
Like he was building up confidence up until the end.
yeah, like that's the thing that happened. I think that happened with the tag match against FTR. Like that
Yeah,
sucked. Then they couldn't. Then they couldn't beat. Then he teamed with the Dark Order. That couldn't get it done. Now he's got the
yeah,
Bebe. So
yeah. Yeah, I like how they also brought that up that he because like I don't
he,
think most of like for the few casual audience, I don't know how much casual audience percentage there is for AW, but like for people who haven't been following like the news about why he was gone, it was good to like put that in there, so
yeah,
like people knew that he was gone because he had a child, and I mean it was
he was
great.
gone for Bebe.
It was great that he was willing to like cut out of his run for his child. Like back in the old days, like people would have probably not taken a time off.
Yeah, then he just would have taken off around the world again. Like they would have shown up in the
Yeah.
delivery room. Then they had to be in the airport like 15 minutes
Yeah,
later.
he actually took paternity leave for like a few weeks. And so this is going to lead into Full Gear Omega versus Page.
Is he
I'm
gonna do
in
it? Is he gonna do it? But
I want him to do it. I hope he does.
please,
And
please.
actually right now, like what I'm interested in is like what's going to be the build up? Like what are the interactions going to look like going to Full
Yeah,
Gear?
yeah. Because like, the Dark Order and the Elite have already like fought. Like
Yeah.
they lost, but like this is gonna be the last of it.
Yeah.
On a semi-related note, Anna Jay of the Dark Order is going up against Britt Baker. So
Yeah.
like, apart from being a women's title match, it could also be like sort of part of the extended universe, kind of, sort of,
Hmm.
maybe. So and like we've only seen like what 30% of the Dark Order in action against the Elite.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like yeah, like They
Very
have a month.
excited to see
They
where
have a
this
month.
goes. They have a
Yeah.
month, yeah. Next up, Danielson versus Bobby Fish.
There's so many things that was fun about this.
Yeah,
Mainly,
this
okay,
was
first two things. First, Bobby Fish's entrance music sounds like he sung it himself. And like,
this was his old theme song with Kyle O'Reilly.
oh, this was Redragon song?
Yeah, this was Red Dragon.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, and the second thing is, he's got fish on his gear. He's actually
Oh,
got a fish on his gear. No, I
you
didn't
didn't know
know.
about that.
No, I didn't know. Like, I guess like in the War Games matches that I watched, he was like in all
I
black.
don't
I
know.
didn't see.
He never had it in NXT. They never
Wow.
acknowledged the fish thing.
He's actually got a fish. He's got a fish bone on his ass. He's got a fish bone on his
I mean,
ass.
it was a pretty badass looking fish.
It's a fish skeleton. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, okay, so this is Brian. Again, this wasn't pay-per-view quality Brian v. Fish. To be
Yeah.
fair, this was their second match in like 2 days.
Yeah, and like both of them got beaten up like real bad.
Yeah.
Like Lee
Like,
Moriarty is a future star. Like,
Yeah, that was a great
absolutely.
match.
Yeah,
It was like
absolutely a
for what
future
it was, like it was nice.
Yeah, and then of course, like they
Like,
gave
Brian-
away Suzuki v Danielson for free on YouTube. Like,
Yes,
what
everybody
the hell?
watched that match.
What the hell?
Like, that
Like-
was a great match.
Yeah, like they were just like asking each other to hit each other even more, and like they were
So-
both hulking up in each other's faces. And then
So, like-
tomorrow night, you in
There's a
you tell-
match.
okay, tomorrow night you're getting Bobby friggin' Fish. Huh?
Anyway,
Excuse me.
they didn't really like slow down. Like their kicks were hard in this match.
Bobby Fish like has beautiful left-footed kicks.
Yeah, like he's almost like I like Malachi Blackmore. Like he seems more fluid, but like again in terms of that, like he looks like an actual cage fighter.
Yeah.
Bobby Fish has it. Like,
Oh my god.
like I like how they played up like okay, both of these guys did have matches yesterday, but like comparatively, Danielson was at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
'Cause,
So
like-
so Fish is like, okay, so you're gonna be hurting, and I
Yeah.
have your leg, and I have a ring post.
It was
That
like
is
wow.
like into this leg into a ring post, and then the match turned when Danielson was like, okay, I have your leg, and I also have a ring post.
Yeah. And then
Right.
they did simultaneous
Simultaneous knee bars.
knee bars. Yeah, they had knee bars.
Knee bars things.
Yeah,
and then
they
they
were
had
just
to
like
get
kicking each. They were kicking each other with the other leg. It was like
Yeah, and then it was weird because like Fish was only ever kicking Danielson in the chest, and then like Danielson
Yeah.
kept like putting his heel into his head, so like that didn't seem fair.
and then like the finish, like okay, like we talk about stuff coming out of nowhere, and like we never think of submissions coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, but
And
because it's Danielson, it's totally believable.
Yeah, like it actually played into. Okay, I guess to be fair, like there was another like last week when we weren't here. This was similar to the Serena Deeb finish. Like
Yeah,
they hooked in a submission, and like either you're not familiar with it as a finish, or it's not their usual finisher. So like your brain goes, okay, it's going to
they're
lead to the
gonna-
finish,
Yeah, they're going to
but this
like
isn't.
someone's gonna get to the ropes or something.
Yeah, but then Bobby Fish just tapped. And was like, oh yeah. I
The
can
thing
believe
the thing
that.
is, when I was watching it, I was checking the time. It's like, okay, they have like maybe 30 seconds left. Like,
Yeah, there
on
was
the
a lot
show.
of time left.
So like
They
I thought
finished
like
early.
maybe, but like because of that, now I think that this heel hook thing is another finisher.
Yeah,
Because it's
this
just so
may-
believable that Danielson's able to do this. Say, wait,
They
that's
may-
Serena Deeb. Like that was my first Serena Deeb match, and I genuinely thought that was her finisher because it's just so believable that these people are good at what they're doing.
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
yeah.
this plays into their characters. Like they're dangerous. If they get their hands on you, you're dead.
Yes.
So you have to be careful.
Yeah, like
Like,
they
to be
the thing
fair,
is,
like an
Danielson
actual.
didn't even go for cattle mutilation or the Romero special.
Yeah, like 'cause to be fair, like in actual UFC or like MMA, you don't have a finisher. You take what you can. If you
Yeah,
get presented a heel hook, you take a heel hook and you win.
yeah, and then he just
Like
took the heel hook and then he won because
like
he
the
had already
only
slammed the leg into the post earlier.
yeah, like the only one I know who has a finisher in the UFC. I think Ronda Rousey had a finisher. I think her
No,
armbar can be
but then
classified.
like like just always ended up in an armbar position. Like that's what she
Yeah.
always went for. So
Yeah,
like
but like she
yeah,
never like actively went for it. Like if it wasn't there,
yeah.
except for
Maybe
that time when she
maybe
lost and got knocked out.
maybe she went to pro wrestling because she wanted to do arm bars all the time.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe that's why she was there.
So that's the end of the show, but technically there was still a bit more. There was an announcement of the bracket for Full Gears. Wait, it starts on Rampage, and the finals is going to be on Full Gear for the World Title Eliminator Tournament. This is a bunch of words, so I can't really speak it fast.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have on one side of the bracket, it's Dark Order 10 versus Moxley, and then we have Orange Cassidy versus Hobbs. So again, based
My
on what we
guy.
saw earlier, like I like Powerhouse Hobbs as well, but I don't think he's going to be
Yeah.
advancing.
Yeah.
So
And
based on what we
Kat is
saw
going to be
earlier,
so angry. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's going to be Cassidy versus Mox. I don't
Yeah.
think it would be any other way. And then on the other side, it's Dustin Rhodes versus Brian Danielson and Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston.
Yeah. And that's the thing is Danielson being here makes things weird. Because
Yeah,
like I said earlier, you can't imagine Danielson taking an L to any of these guys.
I don't think Branson's gonna lose. I
Okay,
mean,
first of all,
Danielson's going to lose here.
he and Dustin are going to go for 20 minutes. Of course they are.
Yeah, this is gonna be a
Um,
fun match.
yeah, it's gonna be a really fun match. Then Archer in Kingston, like his potential
Oh,
path, like
violent match.
a violent match, and then the winner of that will likely get Danielson, which is like, what's that gonna look like? Can you imagine like
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston, like a prime brawler versus Danielson who can tie him up in knots and shit?
Or
Like,
big guy Lance Archer, who's an actual like skilled in the ring as well as big.
yeah, and whose theme song is literally "Everybody Dies."
Yeah, like either way this goes, like I don't like it's going to be fun, but at the same time, I don't think Brian's gonna lose.
Yeah.
And this is where I told you earlier before we started the stream.
What if
Is
what if
Adam
Omega,
Page
yeah, what if
is
he
Adam Page
loses?
gonna
Oh
lose?
no. Oh no. Because it's
So
the
yeah,
only thing that makes sense. But it would also make me really sad. But it's the
yeah,
only thing that makes sense. Because
yeah.
like it's probably not gonna happen until Revolution. So like by then
Wait,
Grand
no.
Slam will be long in the past. Yeah.
Wait lang po. May pinatatas mo.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. So it's plausible. But then that means Hangman loses. And then what? Like what happened? What happens then? That will just make it. Not you can't mention your baby boy and lose a world title match. You can't do
yeah.
this.
So
Like
I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. I have to go na pala. So I think we're gonna
yeah,
have to end a bit here.
yeah.
So yeah,
Let's call it here.
yeah. So yeah, that was the show. Goodbye everyone. We'll see
Thank
you
you.
next week hopefully.
Yeah. See you
Bye.
next week. Bye.